I think this might be the most difficult part of installing your own furnace. Well, I've torn the old one out, and when you're in this configuration, you have a return error and a bonnet. And it's not an older style, it's a newer style furnace. Usually the only difference is it's a little bit smaller. So what we're going to do here is I'm not replacing the air conditioner right now. So by myself, that's a whole different set of tools. And I'll probably get another couple years out of that air conditioner. So, right now is not the time. And I know an HVAC guy would never understand this, but I save a lot of money. Now, I don't have an HVAC man. That's my truck. So, and I forgot a slip. I do not have a slip with me today. So, we're going to do the best we can. So, I took a length measurement and a height measurement. The height measurement, I'm going to add an inch to the top and a half inch to the bottom. So I'll make a little flange at the bottom. And the 1 inch at the top, and I'll just go over top of the acorn. I'm going to make sure that I make all my bends in the right direction. It's easy to not do that. On my A-coil, there was a flange on that sat on the furnace. I bent that straight. That's what I was doing earlier on the A-coil. And I'll just make a 1 inch flange. That's when we add into our measurement. Now my A-coil was, you can see where I need to put the screws in. We don't want to put a sheet metal screw through our condensate pan. So we gotta know where it's at and not screw through it. Now my A-coil was hanging in knot in the back a little bit. So eventually somewhere in here I support that back just to make sure my condensate flows in the right direction. I'll put a couple sheet metal screws in here to hold it until we make our next piece. This piece here is all just straight bends. So we're on our way here. Very simple. At the end of it, we'll tape everything all up, seal it up. And really, this will work just as good as, slips and dries. It won't have the strength of that, but on the sealing, when the tape will seal it up, the shiny tape. Now, same thing. What I'll do is I'll get a height, make my piece. Now on this one, we have a little bit of an angle. So I'll make half of it, and then we'll go back and remeasure. Everything I'm using here is available at the home center. There's nothing here that isn't available. I bought the ductwork at the home center. It's very thin. You can probably fold an airplane out of it and fly it. It does the job though. But it's easy to cut, easy to put in place. So here I think I make a mistake on my bend. And that's okay, we can always bend it back, bend it the other way. So probably, I say a couple years down the road. It could be next year, it could be 2, 3. The way I get to things, it could be 5 years, I don't know. But I have a furnace here that I need to replace. So we're going to get this done. And I put these in 1 day like this. That's all the time I have is 1 day. Because we don't want anyone being cold. Okay, so in here, what I'll do is I'll put my piece of metal up against the front of the A coil in furnace. And I'll just mark where the top is that I need to draw the line and where at the bottom I need to draw the line. And that is where the flange is going to sit on the furnace, even though here it's not that clear. So first I'll draw my line. We'll have the right angle. So don't forget, we're going to add an inch onto there. So we'll draw the line of the angle we need, then add an inch, and make the bend. And I bend both spots on this just to give it a little bit more strength, because we're not cross-breaking anything, and this metal's thin. So where I can, I bend the corners on all the pieces. Okay, so I added an inch on there. But as you can see, it looks like something that's hard, but it's really not. And this is as simple as I can make it. And at this point in time, when I go to replace that A coil with a new air conditioner, I don't even know, putting slips in everywhere. I'll see where I'm at that point in time if I do that. Okay, so I'm making sure, you can see me walking around. Now I'm either walking around trying to find something, or I'm walking around trying to figure out what I'm even doing here. As in, am I even putting the furnace in? Or what else am I doing? So, yeah, I might be confused even where I'm at. So right now I am just checking to make sure everything's going to fit the way I want it. And make that bend. So I double checked. I probably made that bend already and put that piece in. Now the same thing on the back. It's made the same way as the front. Exact same thing. Now on this side, we have that angle to deal with. All I'm going to do here is put a flat piece of metal on there. That is it. So I bend a 1/2 inch flange at the bottom. I don't add my 1 inch on either side. we don't need that on here. And I add an inch to the top, so I know where to put these sheet metal screws in. Again, you can buy the sheet metal screws at the home center, the metal, the snips, the bender, my drill. It's in the wall impact driver. I'll put a couple screws in here. At this point, we can screw this all together. And then we'll tape it up with that shiny metal tape. That'll seal it up. And we're good as far as the ductwork goes. It's all together. And that is the hardest part. Changing out your furnace. But we've accomplished that. With minimal skill, minimal effort, minimal bending. Alright, here it is all taped up, screwed together. We're in good shape. And off we go to the next thing. Maybe next time we'll take a look at installing the gas line. That would be the next, I guess, hardest thing to do. Installing your own furnace.